Hello there, how are you doing? David Beckham is one of the most stylish athletes out there. Even his not always easy marriage to Victoria Beckham is kind of high fashion. But of all his famous outfits and glamorous magazine covers, it's always been David's bold hairstyles that caught everyone's attention on and off the football field. It's changed a lot since his early sports days, and up until his recent bald look, the former Modern Family guest star had been speculated of getting a hair transplant. Here's the truth about his famous hair. What hairstyles has David Beckham had? David has probably had every male hairstyle there is. He's had a mullet, a mohawk, that 2000s middle part, an undercut, a sexy ponytail, and even cornrows. He's literally had it all, from buzz cut to long hair. But in the last few years, he's most known for the pompadour, which was nicknamed the David Beckham haircut. In 2018, GQ released a guide on how to achieve that look. Artistic barber Carmelo Guastella gave the magazine's writer, Theo van den Broek, the new hairdo back then. Beckham's new do is a classic crew cut with skin fade on the sides. When you go to the barber, ask for a high fade of 0.5mm clippers, blended at the temple with a rounded shape, explained Guastella. The top fringe is like a short pompadour at about 1.5 to 2 cm, graduated to the crown at about 1.5 cm, he continued. Taking the crown short will give the fringe a bit of lift. For anyone trying to get the do, the men's grooming expert suggested that this haircut suits mostly oval faces, but square faces can handle the style too. It's also very easy to maintain. Guastella added, "It's a no-fuss haircut. It's easy and quick to style, and, most importantly, it makes David look younger, which means it'll make you look younger too." The shaggy crop requires reshaping every 2 to 3 weeks to look always sharp. Did David Beckham get a hair transplant? The downside of David's hair being in the spotlight is that his hair loss has been monitored by many, hence the hair transplant speculations. The retired soccer star had a widow's peak that later showed signs of androgenetic alopecia in 2013 per Natural Hair Turkey. At that time, he also had a bald patch on the crown of his head. 5 years later, David debuted his lush pompadour, which sparked rumors that he had a hair transplant. After all, other athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo and Tom Brady have notably had the procedure. According to Natural Hair's evaluation, he most likely had FUE, because FUE transplant offers effective results for thinning hair types and for complete coverage, as in Beckham's example. Why did David Beckham shave his head recently? David first publicly sported a buzz cut in 2000. At that time, people thought he did it for attention. He recently denied the claims and explained why he shaved his head again recently. Nothing much changes. He wrote in an Instagram story alongside a snap of his deja vu look. "I get bored of my hair and chop it off." In his new Netflix documentary, Beckham, the father of 4, recalled the time he decided to go bald in 2000. "I had a hairdresser at the time called Tyler. I said to him, 'I'm gonna cut my hair,' and he was like, 'Are you sure? You really want to do that?'" He remembered, adding that his Manchester United coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, called it stubbornness. And Ferguson said, "David, take the cap off." And I said no. David said of that time he was hiding his new do in a cap. Ferguson said that at that time, he just said, "Oh well." Back then, commentators said things like, "The blonde locks have gone," and at the sight, "will take a bit of getting used to." It was such a huge deal that when David Beckham shaved his head, I honestly thought a member of my family had died, said Manchester paparazzo James Clark. Because my phone went off. The panic in people's voices that we haven't got it documented yet. But it wasn't even the craziest part of David's hair journey. Right after Victoria had just given birth to their third child, Cruz Beckham, the former footballer, asked his wife to check if his hair was okayed before meeting the press outside the hospital. Posh Spice also admitted to being pissed that David was hanging out with Jennifer Lopez and Beyoncé. That morning, she was in labor and in need of a C-section. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can. That really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you liked the video.